Are we ready to do our quiz show? Is that where we are on time?
Yes, that's exactly where we're at.
You know, are we so good, guys? We're unbelievable. Okay, quiz show number 1. For those of you who weren't on the call, this means that you read your preparation paper. We are going to have 2 rounds. I'm going to ask questions. Larry, please help me out. And we will have a round in which you just are the first to say, I got it. And give us your name after you say, I got that. And we will have you answer the question. And then we'll move to a talk to me round in which I will actually, in fact, Larry, why don't you run the talk to me round? And I'll ask you to call on a couple of our brilliant folks to answer the questions. Again, not judgmental.
Okay.
The idea is terrific. Thank you. What do I know? What do I not know? Okay. Quiz show round 1. Here we go. We just talked about this. What is the purpose of the introduction exercise? Why do we take an hour to do this crazy exercise?
I got this. This is Lisa Partain.
Go, Lisa.
One of the things we want to go over, the safety issues, cell phone policy, housekeeping, also to, make the participants as comfortable as possible. It's all about creating that comfort, that area that's not intimidating when they walk in the door. We want everything to be set up and ready to go.
Terrific, terrific. Any other ideas on the purpose? Lisa was absolutely right. And again, this is open book. So in your minds, what else does the introduction exercise serve to achieve?
This is Morgan. It's to build community and connection and begin that trust.
Yes, yes, yes. All of the above. And when you finish, it's really terrific to say to the class, why did we spend all this time? What themes in common do we have? Because you're going to hear family. You're going to hear service, frankly. There are always themes, adventure, that come up. And the idea of building connections, building community, making sure we are clear on everything. Okay, terrific. Good job, guys. Second, what is the movie trailer? Everybody struggles because we use those words. What do they mean?
Okay, this is Morgan again. I think it's a Cliff Note version on what the course is and why it's needed and our expected results.
I love that. It's a Cliff Note version. Anybody else? What does a movie trailer do that we want you to do when you're teaching learning objectives?
I got this. I think. Oh,
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
okay. I think it's our opportunity to elicit some curiosity and anticipation with the participants of the course that we're facilitating, so that they are leaned in. They want to know more. If in our movie trailer something that we say may resonate with them, that they want to find out the rest of the tale, so to speak.
Perfect. Yes, both of you. Wonderful. Thank you. Yes, we want to hook them. We're adults. We get bored easily. You think children have a short attention span. And finally, what are the facilitators' primary roles in the classroom 30 minutes prior to starting the first day? What are you doing? 30 minutes. Okay.
This is Rachel. Can you hear me?
Hi, Rachel. Yes.
Okay, sorry, microphone's a little far away. So my take on this is that, so to set up the room, all the technology stuff are up and running to seem effortless would be one. And then another one is as the student or as the participants are arriving, to greet them, to have an actual, human connection. And I still remember when I walked into the classroom when Dana immediately walk over to me and introduce herself, and then that made me so much at ease. And then I think that is one of the major 30 minutes prep time is to connect with the participants.
Fantastic. That is fantastic. Thoughts? Just making sure if there are any other thoughts out there. Okay. All right. Great job. Now comes the little tougher one, and Larry is going to facilitate Talk to Me round 2. Here's our first question.
All right, let's ask to explain the concept of safe harbor, and I'm going to try to pick some people that maybe we haven't heard from yet this morning. Jamie Fluke, can you give us an idea of the concept of safe harbor?
Yes, to me, and I apologize because I missed the first one, so I'm trying to kind of catch up here. But safe harbor to me is a place where you can feel safe to be vulnerable, and there's some confidentiality where you can communicate with each other and feel like it's like you're not going to be like what you're going to have emotional safety.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's a time when we really want to establish for the participants that they are in a safe place, and you illustrated that very well with that answer. Thank you, and thank you for responding on the fly like this. This is the intent here is to kind of put us on the spot a little bit, because it's something that happens to us as facilitators. So this is a little bit of an uncomfortable round in that you don't know who's going to be asked, and when you are, everyone's listening. But it's part of our learning process. So thank you for leading us off with that, Jamie.
Sure.
Okay, next question. Why do we take all the time that is required to bring a group of participants through that long introduction exercise? Kristen Anderson, are you on the call?
Yes, I am.
Would you be willing to take a shot at that question?
Sure. I think it's important for the introduction exercise because it sets the foundation for the whole course. You want people to connect with each other. You want to break down those walls. You want to create a safe environment. And I think once people realize how connected they really are and the things that they have in common, and I think that brings people immediately to the next level of intimacy in being able to be vulnerable with their classmates. And that, I think, will produce a much more effective learning environment for the whole class.
Great, thank you. I think you captured that well. The introduction exercise is such a pivotal part of beginning, and it's something that's unusual for everyone. So thank you for capturing that.
You're welcome.
We're at about the 1 minute mark for our time on quiz, for our quiz show.
Okay, we'll do one more. Heather McDermott, are you on the call?
I am.
Okay, we talk about this course as being a gift. What is your understanding of that word gift as you present it to the participants?
I think the thing that stands out for me is that I think throughout the course, we really talk about it's an opportunity for transformation, both of yourself and the community that you're in. And then in that, packaging the whole course together in the way that we do is really a gift in that regard.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Does anyone else have any expansion on the idea of gift? I'll open that up to the group.
I'll just chime in. This is Kristen Anderson again. I feel like this course was a gift to me personally because it transformed my parenting. And my kids and my husband are the most important things to me, the people to me. So I just felt like it gave me a lease on life and it really helped me raise my kids better.
Thank you, Kristen. And what you just did there is exactly what we want to do in the classroom, is to share our own stories. So really appreciate that. Okay, watching our time, I think I'll pass the baton here and move on to our next section. Thank you for all of you who were put on the spot. Really appreciate that.
Thank you, Larry, so much. That was beautiful. Great job, guys. It's a little nerve-wracking the first time. I do want to make sure Misty is recording us. I'm sure she is, but I just had a moment because last time we didn't get started until late into the call. So just a reminder, please be sure we're recording. Okay, good. Thank you, Misty. What do you think about this? What do you think about this experience, about this exercise that we have in the middle of these calls? Please share. I'll give you just a moment to think about that. Just think about what's one insight or idea that's going to inform you as you move forward. Did you learn anything? Was this helpful? Now just take a moment, and everyone doesn't have to respond, but I would love to hear from a few folks. So let's just take a moment. It's so hard on a phone call. And anyone who is ready can just let us know who's speaking and then share your takeaway.
Hi, this is Sean. You can go ahead.
Hi.
No, you can go, Sean. That's fine.
Okay,
I'll wait.
all right. I think one of the things that I'm always I enjoy about these things is that there's so many different ways and so many different takeaways from each of the questions and different ways to interpret what safe harbor is or what the purpose of the introduction exercise, that it not only reinforces kind of my own understanding and belief of it, but it really expands out on it. And I take from other people so much about their own interpretation, their own feeling and understanding of it, that it really just expands out my understanding of the concepts.
I love that. Thank you, Sean. Because I want to say to all of you, I mentioned last week, I've taught this class more than 100 times, but there's more. There's another layer. Every time I teach, I learn. And what Sean's describing is learning from each other, and you'll learn every time. So each of these exercises has lots of depth, lots of depth. You won't have all of it the first time you teach, but as we share with each other, the idea is to expand our understanding. So thank you. Thank you very much. Any other thoughts on a takeaway you have from today? Maybe specific.
This is Stephanie Schreiber. The thing that I noticed that is a common thread that rolls through all of this was the importance of being vulnerable and creating a space for vulnerability to be allowed and encouraged, and that you can model that as a facilitator, that if you bring your most vulnerable self and allow the participants to see that you're human and that you have room for improvement, it gives them permission implicitly for them to be vulnerable. And creating that idea of really deep connection through this kind of vulnerability really builds strong relationships and strong trust in the group, which lays a good foundation for the rest of the course session.
Fantastic. Thank you. That was wonderful, Stephanie. Yes. I just reinforce, yes. Any other thoughts? Okay. Each time we have our calls, we really want this to be more meaningful than just a quiz show, right? Because you're working to learn this content. You are working to both learn the content and understand the environment that you're going to create in the class with both your modeling and with your understanding and with your empathy for the folks who are sitting there as you were sitting there for the first time, a few months ago. So stick with us. We're on the journey together.